wasn't Helen Keller playing Warzone. That was yours truly, getting his bin mocked at every corner he took. Like a VLT in a retirement home, I was getting used and abused. I tell you, those old bags didn't stop pulling the lever. Every time they put a quarter in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 butt cheeks, boom, jackpot, ding, 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 we have a winner, time to get shit on.
Wow.
Until one day, it all clicked for me.
Oh my god.
The tables had turned, and it was me doing the shitting on. And let me tell you, I had a full rummy tummy of pent-up BMs just waiting to bounce out of me. As the days went on, the winds frolicked in like springtime wind as I sought to rediscover the heights of combative power and prowess I had become accustomed to. I'd achieved a personal milestone of 20 wins. What do you think, you're some type of Greek god with 20 wins? Well, I wouldn't say that, but I would like to point out that that is 3 more wins than the Red Wings got all season this year. A team that has $80 million to pay out to ensure success. You wanna know what I got paid for 20 wins? It wasn't $80 million. It was none dollars. But that's okay, cause it's never been about the money for me. The work I do on the battlefield, it's always been for the kids. It's been for little Timmy, who doesn't have a win yet, and all of his friends make fun of him and don't want to play with him because he's a handicap to the squad mentality. And this form of ostracification has cast a dark shadow over his life. What was once a camaraderie between schoolyard pals becomes a distant memory. The once familiar comfort of fellowship slowly fades, and a seemingly minuscule speed bump in a young age carries on throughout his personal life. This burden of an unaccompanied isolated life buries itself into the already tapped out well of personal motivation until one simply cannot continue. For the 7 of you still watching, let's get into the meat and potatoes. All of your success in this game comes from your created class, so let's go ahead and dress it up. All of your questions will be answered, I promise, but just get your class set up like this. First, hit it with the HDR sniper rifle. For the secondary, of course, we're using the RPG. What a stupid question. Moving on to perks, we need Ghost. That is for sure, we need Ghost. And for our equipment, we're going to be using the C4 and the heartbeat sensor. I use Cold-Blooded and AMP2 for the other perks. I think they're very important, but I don't think they're necessarily critical for the success of this game mode. So I recommend using them, but I'm not going to tell you to use them. And we'll go through why I told you to pick these items for your class. But first, one thing at a time here, let's dress up our sniper rifle, our HDR. We're going to make this a long bomb machine, alright? That means the monolithic suppressor and the big fat 26-inch barrel. That was actually my adult film name back in the day. Throw on the high-powered thermal scope for visibility, and a nice light stock to help with the handling of this monster. But just when you think you're done, you're not done. You're gonna create another class with the exact same setup. The only thing you're gonna do now is you're gonna just throw on an assault rifle in place of your sniper. I like using the Ram 7 just because I spent a bad amount of money on one of the variants that shoots green bullets. But you can use whatever assault rifle you'd like, preferably one that shoots fast like the Kilo or the M13 or the M4 or the Ram, the Grau. You've got options there, just make sure you choose one you like. Now dressing this gun up, your assault rifle, there's a little bit left to the imagination. I like to find a nice mix between range and mobility. For example, we've got the fat barrel on here, the longest barrel for range, but we don't have the monolithic suppressor. I don't feel we need to be that crazy, but we do need a suppressor of some sort on your weapon. One of the most important attachments is increasing the mag size, so we've got the biggest mag we can use, and because of that hindered mobility, we're going to use a grip tape there that helps us with that, and a sight if you'd like. But the most important things is to have the big magazine and a suppressor of some type, and find a nice healthy combo of mobility and damage range. Alright, now the formalities are done. We've got our 2 classes set up, the exact same one with a sniper, one with an AR. And why do we do all this? Well, we'll get there, trust me. Let's drop into a game of Warzone. Here we go.
Aw, dude, I'm not trying to die within the first 10 seconds of this game.
No, that sucks. Zach loves that.
I'm living in the fast lane, baby. Storage town, here I come. Landing in high density areas I think are crucial to learning how this game works and performing well. The more engagements you encounter in your Warzone career, the better you're gonna get. There's not much to be gained dropping into the edges of the map, looting up, keeping a low profile until the final circles. No, you don't get better that way. You get better by dropping in and dropping drawers.
This guy's killing people.
I think the focus in any battle royale is too much about the endpoints and not about the journey. In Warzone, I think that you should try and strive to get as many kills as possible, to do as much mucking as possible. If you can tap into the mentality that wins are secondary and kills are more important, your average kills should be a stat that should be padded. That should be the one you should be worried about. You will find yourself performing much better in battle royales across the board. I did it with Fortnite last year. I'm doing it with Warzone. The more kills I get in this game, the better I am, the more wins I get. This is a philosophy that's going to follow us this entire video, being aggressive, going for kills. So let's start our games right. Jump as early as you can from the plane and land somewhere in the middle of the circle. You know these are going to be hot areas where people are going to be. You know there's going to be lots of fun to be had. Be quick, be fast, beat everyone else. Kills, 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 keep saying it in your head. Go crazy, go bananas. Another strategy you can use, if the plane is headed in a ass backwards direction or the circle's not where you want to be, mark a scavenger contract and land on it. Those are hot topics too. Maybe a little bit more experienced players will use this tactic, but you'll find lots of people drop right on scavenger contracts. Look at these ogres here. That's 2 easy kills. There we go. I understand that some people find it hard to just run around and kill people. It's not in their DNA. Well, I highly recommend giving Connor Golden's Lords of the Bow a read. It's a long read for sure, but it's a good read. It's about Genghis Khan, one of our world's biggest tryhards. He had 40 million kills. I tell you, a couple chapters of that, you'll be salivating out of the mouth.
Boom, headshot! Boom, headshot! Boom, headshot!
So you've dropped into the game, maybe you've killed some people, maybe you've done some looting, you should have, and hopefully if you look on the bottom left of the screen you see you have enough money to get a loadout drop. So don't waste any time. If you have 8,500, head yourself to the nearest buy station and get yourself your first loadout drop. Wait for that big bitch to drop and then let's go pick up our first class. Now remember, we made 2 classes, but for the first loadout drop we're going to take the one that has the sniper rifle on it. So now I've got an amazing sniper rifle that's gonna kill everyone I see, but I also have the guns that I was using before. In this case I've got the M13, so I've got the sniper on my back, I've got an assault rifle in my hands, and I've got Ghost. I didn't have to use overkill. You know, sure I could have my 2 custom weapons, but that seems pointless. This M13 is gonna do just fine for now. Pick up a self-revive, obviously, you're gonna need that. And now all you do is you just snipe kids. That's all you really gotta do, that's all I do. Once I have the sniper in my hand, it's game over. As you can see, I'm just taking out the whole lobby here. This is actually just one continuous clip, no editing. But yeah, the HDR is the single most important thing you can use in Warzone. I mean any sniper really, but the HDR has the ability to just absolutely decimate people at any range, literally as far as you can see in this game. The thermal scope you throw on provides amazing visibility and is a reason why I think cold-blooded is a very important perk. You can see here that this guy just gets light up like a light bright and it's goddamn lights out. I would say about 99.99% of my Warzone kills are from the HDR. I would say the other 0.11% are from the Gulag, but maybe we're getting just a little too ahead of ourselves, because what about the other 25%? And that's where the second loadout drop comes in.
Oh my god!
When the first circle closes in, you'll notice the Warzone gods gift you with another loadout drop. Now keep in mind, a bunch of these drops happen at the same time, and the ones closest to you will be designated for you to go grab them. That means everyone's running 2 separate loadout drops, so don't feel it'll be a hot topic. And now you can pick up that second class you made, the one with the assault rifle. And there you have it, your 2 custom guns made. You have Ghost on, you didn't need to use overkill. And not quite like the HDR, when you do pick up your assault rifle, you've got an AR, you know which attachments are on it, so it's going to give you a little bit more of an advantage than just having a random assault rifle. It's just nice to have 2 guns, you know, in my case they both have Damascus, so people know for sure that I've got a big penis. And I wasn't really joking when I said about 10% of my kills come from my assault rifle. The interesting stuff is with the other stuff you have in your class. C4 is super important for getting people out of buildings, but its real true use is taking people out who just ride around in vehicles and try to run you over. But it can even be used offensively against vehicles, not just as a defense. You see an empty helicopter laying around, you know some dickbag's gonna get in it eventually. Just keep an eye on it, boom, easy peasy kills. It really is just a multi-purpose tool, and it pairs beautifully with your second piece of equipment you have, the heartbeat sensor. The heartbeat sensor truly just allows you to eliminate any camper you come across. It's so simple to use literally anytime you're coming up on a building, especially in those late circle games where the game's almost over. Some people really like to hide in this game, but they just can't with the heartbeat sensor. It's got their name, it's got their number, it's coming for them. Now of course, if you have Ghost, you won't show up on the heartbeat sensor. That is why we use Ghost, because we don't want to show up on the heartbeat sensor. And you might be saying, well Brykks, your plan is foiled right there. What if they do have Ghost and I can't see them on the heartbeat, and the heartbeat fails me and I die? And that's a legit concern to have, but let me tell you something here. People who legit just camp in a corner, and they don't even move, they literally just camp kinda like this guy, they're ass. And they don't really think, they're not good in the thinking department, they don't have lots of brain cells, and they don't think to put on Ghost. Now I'm not saying that if you camp you're bad and you're stupid and low IQ. Of course I'm not saying that, that's ridiculous. In fact, I'm in the process of patenting one of my many laws regarding Call of Duty. It's pretty simple actually, it's called Brykks' Law of Camping. We start with Omega, and Omega encompasses all the factors that go into determining a COD player's skill level. This is just one small subset of it. So anyways, we can say that Omega, in other words, the skill level is directly proportional to K over T. Now K denotes the number of kills occurred while camping, and T denotes the amount of time spent while camping. So you can see that if you spend a lot of time camping, in other words, T gets bigger, so Omega gets smaller. If you don't spend much time camping, T gets smaller. Therefore Omega, the skill level, gets bigger. And of course the inverse is true with the K and Omega relationship. Just real quick for my calculus friends, you could plot K versus T. This would give you a slope. We can say that this derivative is equal to constant C. C is the partial derivative of K over T. And as we mentioned already, Omega, the COD player's skill, encompasses many factors. We can go ahead and slide C in there, as this is one of those factors. So, yeah, I'm not saying all people who camp are idiots, but, you know, there's a lot of idiots out there. It's an unfortunate truth that you are gonna die in this game every now and then. Sometimes it's, well, honestly, no times it's your fault. It's everyone else sucks.
Wow. Fucking asshole. Wow.
And you're gonna get sent to the Gulag, and I just wanted to put in my 2 cents about beating the Gulag. So I just thought I'd quickly tell you what I think has been working best for me. Run straight to the middle, wait till you hear them, and then catch them with their pants around their ankle. It's not a foolproof plan, but you know, it's given me a lot of success. Obviously, good aim helps, unlike what you're seeing right now, but give it a try, see if it works. But it's important when you come back to the Gulag, you're ready. The number one thing you can do is land on your gear that you dropped when you died. A lot of people don't do this, but this should be your number one option. Of course, this isn't always available. Sometimes it's a shit show around where you died, or sometimes your stuff's lost in the storm. The next best thing you can do is, if you really have to just start from scratch, is ping a scavenger contract on the map. This probably means that not a lot of people are here at the moment, as they probably would have picked up a scavenger contract. So hopefully this means you can land without all the bullshit going on around you. You can find some good loot in the scavenger crates and around the area, and then you're ready for battle. You've come so far, you've made it to the final circle, you've probably got a fresh load in your pants, I know I do. Should you be wearing Depends when you're playing Warzone? Absolutely, I forgot to mention that part. You've been beating off dudes with both fists. You've got an amazing sniper that you've been handing out free dental appointments with. You've got a nice assault rifle for backup. You've been blowing up taxi drivers with C4s and putting your balls in corner campers' mouths with the heartbeat sensor. And now it just comes down to getting that dub. And this really is the final test of character. I emphasize the importance of playing aggressive and trying to get as many kills as you can, because, well, once you get to this point, there's no magic cookie cutter way to get to that dub. But with enough practice, It'll be easy peasy, let me squeeze me. Pretty soon you'll be updating your tenure bio with your total win count for Warzone, and let me tell you, you're gonna be chafing for weeks. I've enjoyed wasting your time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.